What's going on? So I got asked, do I think that Trump could deport black people from America? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For lots of reasons. They would have done it if they could have already. I'm quite sure that before, when you take on the various emancipation proclamations and declarations, they definitely would have tried. They probably would have. When you're dealing with someone who is ignorant and doesn't have a lot to say, they say, well, go back to where you came from, go back to Africa. That's all they can say. They know that that's not going to happen. Besides, where else can you get a group of people that have helped build your country for 400, 500 years, free labor, and you didn't pay them anything, but you mentally and systematically institutionalized, chained them up, and told them that they weren't worthy of coming to your restaurants, weren't worthy of using your bathroom facilities, couldn't properly move up ranks in your military, used you as a social experiment, and have belittled you and have ghettoized you in all forms of capacity. Because think about it. If you were a quarterback, I had this conversation. I'm going to bring up some topics to tie this together. Doug Williams, the first African-American quarterback to win in the Super Bowl. Joe Gilliam got 2 rings with the Steelers, but he had to back up Terry Bradshaw. Political interest. It wasn't until Russell Wilson, who won it in 2012 with the Seahawks, second one. Then you had Steve McNair and Don McNabb and others who had been in the Super Bowl's runner-ups. You had Colin Kaepernick as a runner-up. But you didn't get into 2020, was it 23? The first time that 2 black quarterbacks faced off in Mahomes against Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. So think about that from a social perspective. Think about Jackie Robinson, Larry Doby, baseball in 1947. Boston Red Sox was the last team to bring an African American on their team to the late 50s. Think about that. Think about one Obama as president, 2-term in the last, 20 years? Think about that. After how many years? Kamala Harris, first VP, black, 3 Supreme Court justices. Think about that. When you size up the numbers, so it's dangled and giving you a few strings. But when you put it into totality, and we talk about the Oscars, female from Hattie McDaniel to Halle Berry till you get to Whoopi Goldberg, till you get Viola Davis in between, or between Sidney Poitier and Denzel Washington. They have been openly racist and openly bigoted in all forms of walks of life. Hollywood is illusional, the sports is illusional, but guess who runs and gives you your paychecks? NBA always talks about how